Hi everyone. This week's Torah portion, we're learning about the famous spies. So the Jewish nation are in the desert. They are eating from the manna from heaven. The water is coming out from the well. Endless food, water. They're living within the warm embrace of Hashem. And finally, they're given the opportunity. God says, we're going to take you into the land of Israel, the place that God promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. For a change, the Jewish nation as a whole are now going to move from their temporary status in the desert and move into the land of Israel. And rather than embrace this whole experience, the Jews, they sent spies, and the spies ultimately represented their people, the rest of the tribes, and the nation of Israel. And the spies came back with negative reports. They spoke negatively about the land of Israel. It was all a question of seeing everything from a negative perspective. And what really needs to happen is, the question is, what's going on over here? Why are they so scared of going to the land of Israel? This was a nation. This was a people that experienced the 10 plagues. This was a people that experienced the splitting of the sea. This was a people that heard God speak at Mount Sinai. And they got to see the building of the sanctuary, the building of the tabernacle, and now ready to go into the land of Israel. And rather than embrace this opportunity, they're fearful. And they come back from it with a negative perspective about the land of Israel. They say the land of Israel is eating its people. They're giants. There's no way that we could overwhelm and succeed in the land of Israel. And ultimately what the message is that they wanted to remain in their temporary status in the desert. They preferred temporary status, traveling, wandering through the desert, than living a stable, home-filled, wonderful life in the land of Israel. And the question really is why? And I think the message that is pointed to over here is, our sages say, there was leadership that they had, and that leadership was going to be lost within the land of Israel, meaning each of these spies were princes, they were great people, they were people of leadership, and when they moved into the land of Israel, it was going to change into a different format. And then other opinions explain that the Jewish nation had been in a place of miracles, eating manna from heaven, drinking water from the rock. The miracles of having the presence of God is such a powerful experience that they didn't want to let that go. They knew that when they would move into the land of Israel, they would lose the manna, which they did. They would lose the water from the rock. They would lose the miraculous existence that they had. And ultimately, that fateful day when the Jewish nation, when the spies came back from the land of Israel and spoke negatively, that became the famous fast of Tisha B'Av, the day where we commemorate destruction within the Jewish community. The message ultimately of the spies needs to be one of maturity. We understand sometimes we go through a life where everything is taken care of us, taken care of for us. We go through temporary experiences and we think that, like, this is the way I would like it to be forever. But that's not true maturity. Maturity is when we get to a place where I am able to take responsibility for myself and my actions. You know, in the Jewish nation, when they drank water from the well, that was water from the well. From the rock, it was water. You didn't need to be of a certain status. You didn't need to work. You didn't need to toil. And there's a fear of moving from a place of immaturity to a place of maturity. There's a fear, and sometimes we get into this childlike experience of childlike mentality. I want to stay where I am. The message of the spies is that sometimes, yes, we're going to lose the great opportunities that we have when we're children, when we're immature, when we're small. Those opportunities of food being given to us for free, things being taken care of for us. But that is all temporary, because we need to move into a a solid long-term experience, one where we're taking actions, we're taking responsibility for our actions. Living in the land of Israel, living in your own home, that is the true message of what the Jewish nation needed to get to realize that you're nothing until you're settled in the land of Israel. Now you're a true nation when you have your own land. Wandering through the desert in a miraculous experience is not the ultimate. It's miraculous, it's unbelievable, but it's not the ultimate. The ultimate is when you have a nation in their own land, living almost by the laws of nature and not changing and embracing that. That is the message of the spies. The ability of being able to be mature, to grow, and embrace the challenge of what's in front of us. I wish you Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for listening.